New camper. I'm gonna try some stuff. This one's kind of uneven, so I don't know how I'm gonna like this. We'll see. It still works. You can't see both hands. Hold on, let me try to get it in. Yeah, I know I'm still using the hand movements, but give me a minute. I got plenty of space on my phone now. I can record forever, so I can get back to taking my time like I was doing before and show you some cool stuff. Like, I always felt like I was in a rush because I knew I could only get a few minutes in of TK at best because I wanted to tell you things, and now I can show you and take all the time I need pretty much. Got my camper here, no dogs allowed in here, you know. Well, I'll get in the flow in a minute and show you some good stuff. And it's all from poking the hole in the side wheel. You can hear them in there barking now. See, they'd be... Yep, went into the little bitty sink of the camper that time. You can wave your hands like I just did as much as you want. Without TK, that's just not going to happen. And there's no power in here. I got the door open right here, but the wind isn't blowing to do that. I mean, I'm sorry, you know. You can tell it's directed. It's not... I'm getting good at it, man. Seriously. And in there, even with the dogs as a distraction. But on a different note, to get this camper here, I had a lot of work to do in the yard as to where I've been inside a long time. All right, this is how my routine goes. My wife works, and I stay here and take care of these wild dogs. Last time, I left them alone. Me and my wife were going to Walmart, and while I was gone, they pretty much chewed the bottom of the metal door, ripped it upwards, and one of my buddies got out, and I never seen him again. So I don't leave them alone anymore. I'm basically here all the time, unless I go to my grandmother's, you know. But that's not saying that I practice this all the time, because I don't. I mean, I learned I could do this like a week and a half, however long it's been since I made that video, just a couple of days before that. And already just doing this a few times a day for just a minute has increased it. Like, I don't know about a flat surface now. I might be able to apply it, but with it stuck on that, in my mind, I can envision going under it. Like I said, I can't do when it's on a flat surface. I can't picture scooping my hands under it. I can do that when it's stuck on that, and that helps me out a lot to do that right there. Hold on here. No, that was a little bit off. I'll balance it out. Hold on. I'm gonna get it. No. I'll figure it out. I didn't even know I could do it that good. I haven't been practicing that much. In my mind, all I keep one thing focused and clear is that I'm getting better at TK. Just because of the knowledge that everything I've put... Chill out. She's trying to get out in the spot they tore the door up. But, you know, everything I've said is, like I said, led me to this point. Nothing I've put on here in any of my videos hasn't happened. There's a lot of things that has happened that I haven't put in my videos yet, but I will. And it all led me to being able to do that right there. I like I said, I want a world of superheroes to help people that need it. So I definitely will tell the truth about what I feel. If I think it's significant, that is, to help with something like this. And I believe it is. Like I said, doing the moves to yourself, once you get those gemstones and truly feel that energy. Like I know a lot of people probably really feel the energy, but those things will make you feel it as if it's almost like getting a coiled tattoo at some point. You're getting beamed with energy, just beamed with it. And it's like I said, it's like a, right in the palm of your hand, just like you can feel it. But that's only if you overdo what I said to do with them. And it really does do that to you. And then you do the moves. Like I didn't have a choice. Like I would for real be talking to my wife and it would just drag me like this. And I didn't know what was going on. I thought I was like having one of those problems where you can't start to get to where you can't control your muscles. I was starting to get terrified, but then I just let loose with it. And all of a sudden I started, in history after that. I started thinking of it as kung fu or karate or tai chi is what I call, because the first thing I watched was tai chi on YouTube and it reminded me of it. So boom, it was tai chi after that. But I have no idea what it is. I didn't pursue looking for what it was. I just accepted it and kept rolling with it. And the more I did, the more I found that it was teaching me how to control the energy. And yeah, it's not visible to you in my videos up until this point, but I could tell it was doing something. That's why I stuck with it, whether or not anybody else could. And this is the outcome of trusting what you feel. Like some random thoughts aren't random thoughts. It's because what little bit you have been paying attention to the energy, you learn something, and it's more than just a random thought. Not everything. You got to learn the difference in between. But I'm going to, with this video, it's going to be a long video probably. So I'm going to show you that I can do it from here and get same outcome or do a different outcome with the same move, or move up and down and just hold the hands like this and use the head to do it. All right, enough talking. I like that right there. It's almost like I can feel like I'm under it and just shove on it. It's easier to do from this point. And you see I tuck the head down. Instead of bringing my arms up to simulate it going above my head, I bring my head down to simulate my hands. Or sometimes you got to do the positives and negatives of that. It gets easier and easier. Like it's gotten easier in 2 days, like more understanding. But when I made that video, I was just starting to comprehend it. But now it's like every time I do something once, I understand it and can do it again. Like I said, the more comfortable I get with it inside, the crazier it gets. And that's including knocking this over. This is chewable vitamins for the dogs. It's a pretty heavy bottle, but I've knocked it over. It's just blasted. I'm gonna turn it around, which, like I said, usually messes me up because I don't know how to picture that energy field. Did the whole thing spin, or did strands of energy, do I need to look for them, or just not even think about it and go with it? Either way, you can do something, and eventually you'll figure it out. And the whole point of this was to make it where you didn't have to pick it up over and over again. I tried it twice, and all of a sudden I still have to pick it up. We're going to try something different here. Yeah, there we go. That's nothing compared to what I do in my trailer over here. Yes, and there's no strings or wires, or obviously my TK friends know this, but and for the skeptics, I don't care whether you know it or not. And this is true, I don't want to say dedication, because, all right, let me explain this too, because this is important. Hold on, I got a bite on it. Okay. All right, important. when it first happened to me, right, I wanted to be a superhero, help people, and that's all I could think about. Like, this is number one mission. I have to do this because now it is my responsibility now that I know I can. So basically, it defined everything about me. Like, there was no other outside world. And for my wife to get on, I don't care about anything on, any other media, but to see a car on the phone that makes the floor rattle even from the phone speaker, and I'm doing my moves in there that's, opening up my chi or strengthening it or whatever it's doing, and I don't stop what I'm doing no matter what it is and look at that car, then it's consuming my life. But once I got that little RC car, the fast car, it got me outside more. I got this. I had to start cleaning up my yard. I still got to jack this thing up. This is a rollout. It's going to roll out. It's going to be a lot bigger in here. I'm probably going to make all my videos in here. But anyway, it got me outside and reminded me that I'm more than just TK or just that energy. And being stuck on that energy separates you from the rest of the world. And if you're separated from the rest of the world, then how can you do TK on an object you can't connect to? You have to remember there's more than just that. Then when you remember that, then it makes it easier to do it too. I hope that reaches you, and I could have worded it better, I know, but like that helped me out to get better at TK, to connect back to everything else and not just define myself as I have to do this. I remembered I'm more than just that, basically. And it opened it up. So here we go. Let's try one finger and see what we can do when we roll them around like that. Yeah, it flew over there that time. By the way, thinking of the front of the hand over here, and I'm catching the energy with this hand, front to back on each side. As it rolls out the back, or let's say it's coming out, this is your front sight because of the front of your hand most times. But for every distance, the energy needs to go from front to back, to front to back, to front to back, as your vision should. And that helps to create a stream, basically, a never-ending stream when you can do it like that. And that's how you build your positives and negatives to make it do more than just one thing, or I don't know. It becomes easier to figure out. I can slightly lift it up on this and hold it for a minute. Here, let me see if I can go ahead and do it. Well, my bad. That was not. You see, when I'm trying to show you something, that's when it gets. But when that happens, the energy spreads out, and it makes it more difficult to find the other ends and contain it back. So you have to either get faster at thinking and adjusting with the energy. Like even your thoughts have to go through that cycle. That was a slow pull. I can probably do it again now that I've let it calm down a little bit. Well, you get what I'm saying. Like, my strength has always been a blast, so naturally I can snatch it pretty good up there. But anyway, there we go. Hold on. I'll get it, Anyway, if you like that, hold on. Steve Montgomery for president. Oh, if you don't know that reference, then you gotta, spoiler alert, watch a movie called Chronicles. Or Chronicles, not Chronicles. I've always said Chronicles, but it's just Chronicle. Telekinesis. First cool thing he did, super cool thing he did anyway. Yeah. But what I'm using in the house is lower than this, so like I can envision going under it more. Now it's more like I'm way up here just snatching it and it goes somewhere. Here, let's see if I can reverse it. You can reverse your thoughts. Like, you got to learn, like I said, it goes from front to back. That's also thought process. Like, you got to flip your vision somewhat like this. seriously, but it's connected through a stream that goes all out into the ether. It's deeper than just, it's like notches, like a vent that spills the energy through, and it goes in this vent and it protects it from being around the other ones, and it comes out another vent, like let's say up here up front, comes out at the bottom on the back side. Oh, anyway, but yeah, when I think about it, start thinking about it, that happens too. But I am getting better. This hasn't moved at all. I'm getting better too at also containing and not moving multiple objects. But now that I've touched this, it will probably move. But I'm going to try not to make it move. Yeah, I did pretty good. I seen it moving, but I did pretty good. Anyway, like, it's awesome, man. Like, I didn't really care to practice that much before when I couldn't do much, but now that I can actually do some stuff, it is pretty fun. But that doesn't make me practice any more than I do, because basically I'm just doing it alone. We need to get a group going. The X-Men in reality. Practice, get better, and help people. Because, I mean, if we all combine our knowledge, man, like I said, all of it is relevant. What you feel is something that everybody at some point will feel. You have to search for that energy and acknowledge it. Like, you got to find it and see it. Like I said, the energy you're looking at isn't the only energy, man. You feel it around you, yes, but like there's space in between here. You know what I'm saying? So there's space in between space. And the more you find it and acknowledge it, the more you can do stuff with it. And it becomes apparent what to do with it. And like I said, I just get the whole practice, I just keep getting better. You know. Let's see if I can slightly do it. Here, let me try it breathing style. I've been practicing with the breathing too. It stretches around just as everything else. It all flows through those same vents and comes out somewhere else, like Mario going in the tunnels and coming out way out somewhere else. I like to think of it as the warp zone, though. Your body's positives and negatives play off of each other and with each other to do it. So as it's stretching here, it is using positives and negatives wrapped around your entire body, basically. All right, I'm going to try to put it in towards the eyes and see if I can do it without... I try not to use the eyes that much, because that means that I can just look at something and start affecting it, so I don't really dive there. The more you work on a place, every place, the stronger it gets, but I tend to just use the eyes just enough to keep it level with everything else. See, you don't have to just use the eyes to do it, but you can. I feel it stretching it, and eventually it would start to become stronger than the rest, and I could just sit here and use the eyes. But like I said, that to me just seems like dangerous path. Let's learn how not to do stuff before we do stuff. I want it to float up, because I can make it come up here and just stay there and kind of rotate and then drop back down. But Like I said, because I want to show you I can't. But that doesn't mean I can't do stuff. Just so you see. But anyway, yeah. Somebody in the comments did say that it looked like I couldn't get much movement out of the object. No, I show you my weakness, the flat surfaced area, my nemesis. Eventually you would get tired of seeing that over and over. No matter how cool anybody that can barely move this eye wheel thinks that is, you would get tired of seeing it eventually. So, like, I show you I can do it once. Now let me show you what I can't do, and let's check the progress. But it's helping me understand it all. Now, obviously, this is a while ago. That was the first time I've practiced on a flat surface since I've done that. And now I can already just do that. So, it's like I said, don't rush it. Don't let it define you. These moves will teach you, man. And you don't follow anyone. Follow yourself. Listen to yourself. Catch a beam of energy and ride that beam. And then catch another one coming from a different area. And it'll just help open up everything. That's how I did it. I get in like this peaceful mindset, and you know, anything is possible. And I mean anything is possible in life now. And I've said it before, I think like Hercules and Zeus and all of them, well, I moved the other one. They're real too back in the day. And they could just do stuff like this, you know, probably more spectacular because the knowledge was still being fed around. So they were looked at as gods. But in reality, they were just humans that knew things that other people didn't. But anyway, yeah, see, it's getting tiresome, ain't it? You're just watching it over and over again. Like, okay, I get it. You can do it. And you're done. I agree. You know, no matter how many times I show you, it doesn't take away the fact that I can do it. I do want to try different stuff for you, though. Like I said, I was going to show you that you can pull it off either way and sometimes get the same result, make it different somehow. Like in that sense, I took this part of my arm and snatched it back behind me and it laid on this. And when I did that, if I would have had the right focus, I could have used it to snatch this back to me because it was a positive, negative, positive, and I wrapped it around itself. And then to draw it back to me, you'll get what I'm saying. Like, let's try this. Yeah. Same thing, see? Now I need to start practicing with something else because it just starts to become the same thing. It's like filling up a positive and negative layer of energy with air. And as you squeeze it or manipulate it, you force that air to pocket the grid. That's the best thing to describe it. It's the grid, man. That's why it's hard to get it on the flat surface, because it's you'll get it when you understand that. Like you'll find it out. Trust me. You know, that's out of the ballpark there. I figured nobody would really start listening to anything I was saying anyway, unless I found a way to show them that I could really do stuff instead of showing them the crap that I was. I've always been able to do more than I could show on the phone, but like I said, I was always in a hurry. If you watch the one where I have a side wheel propped up on my grandmother's deep fridge, like that was a time where I wasn't in a hurry, and that was a good one. I'm gonna try something spectacular here. Well, it did warp it upward, though. It straightened it out. It was like that, but it... All right, here, let's see if I can... No. Okay. And once I balloon it out, I don't know how to flatten it instantly. You know, like, that's how I would picture it, but It's not. And you see how it rotated around like that? That's because it went from the front to back. And if I picture front to back with my vision in mind just right, like in the right order, then I can keep carrying it. But once I hit so many, I lose it. Like, that's how I've been looking at it anyway. I can keep it up in the air too like that for a minute sometimes, like impressively. Usually nobody's around when it happens, so I'm probably stretching. I don't even know if it's bad anymore. It doesn't feel like it's hurting anything, or you know, it just keeps going and going. I can sit here and do this all day. Dang, I've been recording for 25 minutes. That's gonna take some data. I guess I'll stop it here, because ain't nobody gonna watch this whole video in 25 minutes anyway. Maybe not. I don't know. You might be into watching me do this over and over again, but I just figured I'd prove it to those people who didn't, you know, don't think that what I'm saying is accurate because they don't see what I can really do. I want to help. Like, any questions, man, and I got a lot of questions too, like the flat surface thing, but I guess I'm kind of figuring that out too. So yeah, I'm down to help anybody, man. Like I said, all the help the world needs these days, like, it would be cool if people out there could help in a way that nobody else could. I know that's a childish dream, but look at this. I and countless others have proven that you can get better at this. You know, and like in months, man, I just started learning all of a sudden, boom. Like, you know, I've known about telekinesis for like 4 or 5 years now. 4 years, you know, I'll give it 5, but like it didn't take long once I realized what I was supposed to do to figure out how to start controlling it. It's pretty cool. But anyway, like I said, any questions, man, I definitely will be willing to help. Guess I'm gonna get back out here and clean up a little bit before I try to level this camper out. Open it up. Might make another video. Take care.